All right, let's get into our last topic here, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun too. I always like doing these college football coaching predictions for 2023. Chris, what do you
Well,
got? What do you got a good one? And by the way, everybody, put your coaching predictions for 2023 in the comments below. I'll let you start first, Chris, and then I'll come up with one.
I'll tell you what, Eric. I had foreshadowed earlier. I think Nick Saban is done at the end of 2023.
Okay.
I think the game, the attitudes of the players, the audacity of some of this young breed of players to come in and ask for the money or jump in the portal just because they aren't starting on day one. Um, I don't think he knows how to coach that. I think he's very frustrated with it. And I think that he's had such a great career that he's, after what I truly believe, and this is another foreshadowing moment here, Eric, after what is another 3-loss season by Alabama this season, I believe he walks away.
I actually have a very similar prediction. However, my prediction is this.
He wins the Natty and walks away.
No,
Okay.
no. My prediction is that after he walks away, the top coaching candidate that will be interviewed, I have 3 candidates that will be interviewed for the Alabama job. Are you ready? Dabo Sweeney,
Of course.
Lane Kiffin,
Yep.
and Deion Sanders.
I agree.
I think that they will go after and they will throw a ton of money after those guys. Um, so Brad Olberding says he's with us on this one, guys. He believes he says Satan hates NIL. I can see him retiring. My turn.
Okay.
Number one, the 2023 Big Ten Coach of the Year
You're
will
going to take
be
my number 3, aren't you, Eric?
Luke
Luke Fickle.
Fickle. He will be your Big Ten Coach of the Year. And I believe Wisconsin will represent the West in the Big Ten championship game, which means that's how he gets the award. They do not have to win it for him to win the award. You know how this goes in the Big Ten. Whoever achieves the most with the least amount of talent gets the win. Ryan Day got his Big Ten Coach of the Year one time, and he's never going to win it again.
Yep.
They never gave one to Urban Meyer. They're not going to give one to Jim Harbaugh now. It'll be whoever can do the most with least. And I believe that will be Luke Fickle in 2023. He will be your Big Ten Coach of the Year this year in 2023.
Yeah. I had him going in, Eric, with only one loss.
Ooh,
October 28th
against the Buckeyes, huh?
against the Buckeyes.
That game scares me. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, it scares the hell out of me. I think Luke Fickle's a great coach, and I'll tell you, I've looked at what he's done in this short time there. He is bringing in some serious talent up there, and they have a great running back coming back up there as well.
Larry Daniels' prediction: if Day loses to that team up north again, he goes pro in some capacity. That is
I don't
his
disagree with that either.
prediction. All right. Next prediction. You got another one?
Oh, of course I do.
All right.
Since you knocked off my number 3
Well, you
there.
took my number 3. I just built on it.
Okay, so for me, I think that the next big one is I do not believe Jim Harbaugh is the coach of that team up north after next year. I'll tell you why. We've said here repeatedly that the NFL wasn't really interested. I think we've seen in the last week the NFL actually is interested. We've seen Denver come back again. Um, from what I'm hearing, and this could be wrong, there is another team interested as well.
Carolina.
Yeah, but I think between that, the fact that he's got controversy going on up there right now, the fact that I think he is going to be facing a suspension at some point in 2023, and based upon the way this is rolling out, it's not going to be before the mid-season point of 2023. I could see this being the time when Jim Harbaugh cuts his losses and runs back to the NFL.
Mike Hart, next coach.
I I would like to say yes, but two things make me say no. One, and I hate to hold it against the guy, but let's face it, there are some health concerns. He had the incident on the sideline, so I think there has to be some health concerns given the stressful nature of a job like head coach of a major college football program. The other thing is, I don't know that he's got enough experience to get the job. I think that they're going to want somebody more experienced. They don't want to have a tremendous letdown given the high they're riding right now. So I think they're going after someone really big. Who it is, I don't know. I can't tell you right now. We won't know until the coaching carousel slows down a little bit. I know who they'd like to see up there. And I think you know who they'd like to see up there, if for no other reason than to stick it to us, but it'll never happen.
Never happen.
It'll never happen. But they would love to see Urban up there.
Ryan's prediction will be Ryan Day wins the Natty, or he gets beat by that team up north and he's gone.
I think that's a fair assessment.
That's quite the prediction. It's one or either or. All right, my next prediction: Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. Colorado Buffaloes.
They're going to win the Pac-12. Is that what you're telling me, Eric? Okay.
No. They will have, however, a top 5 recruiting class in the 2024 class.
I can see that.
If he doesn't leave for Alabama.
I can see that, but as we saw with him going up there to Colorado, if he goes wherever he goes, he's going to take part of his class with him.
He already did, yeah.
Yeah. He is a very dynamic personality.
Very charismatic.
Extremely charismatic. I'll tell you what I loved. I don't know if you saw the clip of him with his first meeting with the Colorado team, where he came out and he says
about the women and
women and not letting your pants droop and carrying yourself like a man if you're going to represent this team.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was huge. I think that's going to play big on a lot of recruits. This is a guy who's going in there with an attitude that says, I'm going to show you how to be an NFL player. I'm going to take you to that next level. I've got that ability. He's got the charisma, and I think he also has the swagger that is going to bring a lot of recruits in. Now, this is the question. A, are they going to be able to handle the NIL agreements that are going to be necessary to get a top 5 class? And B, are they ever going to be able to come up with Deion's money? Because last I heard, they still haven't come up with his salary yet. How are you going to pay recruits when you can't pay your coach?
So, yeah. So, the one thing that I think Boulder, Colorado is not Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Columbus, Ohio, Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's none of those places. It's not even Lincoln, Nebraska when it comes to donor money and rabid fan base, okay? It is a beautiful place. They've got one of the coolest mascots out there when your freaking real bison runs onto the field. I love that. But it is none of those things. So any other predictions, guys? If you have any more predictions, put them in the comments there as we close this show. We want to make sure and highlight those. It's going to be an incredibly interesting 2023.
Can
I
I
can't
just
wait,
throw
man.
another one out there to you, Eric?
Yeah, give it to me.
There's a team whose toughest team on their schedule next year is arguably Wisconsin. I say watch out because Luke Fickell will have some competition for that Big Ten Coach of the Year.
Nebraska?
From one Matt Rule.
No.
Oh, I'm telling you.
That team is so broken, dude. It's going to take him. It's going to take him some time.
I'll tell you. I'm sorry. They do have Michigan on the schedule. Maybe that's not as tough. I don't know. Who knows? Who's going to be coaching? Who's going to be coaching that day? And Nebraska's almost had Harbaugh's number the last couple of years, anyhow.
They have actually. Yeah. Brad says Prime is a player's coach. He will get the players. He sure is off to a good start at doing that, isn't he?
If he's paying them directly?
Maybe.
Maybe he's an NIL consortium.
Well, he has. Can we call it connections?
Oh, of course he does.
He's got. I mean, you've
Oh,
got
he
the
was tied in with.
Affleck.
He was tied in with
Affleck.
Barstool. Yeah, Affleck, Barstool Sports. He was tied in with.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure whatever Dion wants, Dion can get.
It doesn't hurt to be that guy right now. That's for sure. In this business, in this crazy college world that we live in.
I'll tell you what. Watch out. I think they could be a force. Maybe not next year, but the year after. I think the Colorado team can be a force.
They'd be a lot of fun. They're at least making the Pac-12 interesting again, right?
Yes.
You got USC back on top. You got Colorado now with an incredibly interesting coach. Oregon is still kind of the new kid on the block, it feels like, with all that Nike money and all those different looking jerseys. You've got Wisconsin, but Wisconsin Light in Washington that seems to throw a good team out there every now and then. They had a really good season this year. You have Utah, who's gone to back-to-back Rose Bowls and disappointed 2 years in a row, but they've gone to back-to-back Rose Bowls. The Pac-12 is not bad. And then here's UCLA, right? I got one more for you, right, in closing here. I've thrown this one out there, probably premature on it, but it'll happen someday. There will be a day, if Ryan Day stays at Ohio State, that Chip Kelly eventually will be on this coaching staff.
As an advisor?
Probably as an advisor.
Yeah, or a analyst, one of the two. Yeah,
right.
He's not going to be a field coach on a Ryan Day staff. I don't see that. I could definitely see that. I mean, especially if Chip Kelly's deciding to wind things down a little, I could see that move. But you were just talking how great the Pac-12 is, Eric. Let's not forget it's going to be 1 year of that, and we're dismantling the Pac-12.
True, we're poaching. We're going to poach them.
So you talked about Oregon being the new kid on the block with Oregon. I don't see Oregon could be the new kid on the block again here in a couple of years.
It's true.
So.
That's true. All right, guys, it's 9:00. That's our show. Thank you so much for all of you who came in. I think we had one more watching this week at one point live than we did last week. So we continue to grow. Thanks again to all of you who continue to share, subscribe, share, ring the bell, all of those great things that you do on YouTube. We appreciate that. We've continued to grow.